The sun peeks over the jagged mountains. It paints the sky in shades of orange and red. This is our world. It is a world of giant ferns and massive trees. The air is crisp and clean. You can smell the damp earth and the distant scent of pine. This is a time long before cities, long before roads. My name is Kale. My family and I live in a shallow cave carved into the side of a rocky hill. Our days are peaceful, and our survival depends on gathering what the land provides. Every sunrise is a gentle invitation to begin again. The wilderness is vast, but threats are few. We move through it with confidence. My family is small but strong. There is my father, Gron, who is skilled at finding small animals and edible roots. He knows the signs of every creature, from the smallest rabbit to the quiet birds in the trees. My mother, Lyra, is the heart of our family. She knows every plant, every root, and every berry. She can tell which ones are safe to eat and which are not. Then there is my little sister, Aina. She is young but learns quickly. She watches everything we do, her small hands always ready to help. Together we are a team. We are a family. In this gentle world, family is everything. It is our comfort and our joy. Our home is a simple cave. The walls are hard rock, a solid shield against the wind and rain. The floor is covered with dry leaves and soft animal furs. These furs are from past hunts, a reminder of the land's abundance. This cave is our sanctuary. At night we rest peacefully, for the great predators rarely come near. Sometimes we hear distant roars echoing through the valley, but danger seldom finds us. We remain aware, but we live without fear. Each morning we wake with the sun. The first task is to greet the day and prepare for gathering. Gron sometimes climbs to a high ledge, not for danger, but to spot the best places to find food. He looks for signs of opportunity, where the berries are ripe or where small animals might be found. Are there fresh animal tracks? Are the berry bushes heavy with fruit? The information he gathers helps us decide where to go. Our days are spent gathering, each of us venturing out alone to collect what we can, plants, nuts, and small animals. We return in the evening, sharing our finds. Each day ends with a single communal meal where we come together and enjoy the bounty of the land. This is the reality of our existence, a peaceful life in harmony with nature. Once Gron gives the all clear, our day's mission begins. We split into two teams, each with a mix of skills and strengths. Gron pairs up with Ina, while Lyra and I form the other team. Instead of spears, we carry woven baskets, ready to collect whatever the forest offers. We move quietly through the lush undergrowth, enjoying the gentle sounds of birds and insects. The forest feels peaceful, and we don't have to worry about predators today. We are looking for wild nuts, edible insects, and small animals like frogs or lizards. Foraging requires patience and a sharp eye. We check under logs and leaves for beetles, grubs, and ants, tiny sources of protein that are easy to find if you know where to look. A good day's foraging means a variety of foods, nuts, insects, and small creatures, each one adding important nutrients to our diet. It's a safe and steady way to keep our family strong. Gron and Ina work together, searching the forest floor and low branches for anything edible. Their teamwork helps them cover more ground and learn from each other. Their baskets soon fill with wild nuts, juicy berries, and even a few crunchy grasshoppers. Gron shows Ina how to spot the best foods, how to tell which insects are safe, and which plants are good to eat. They look for sweet, juicy berries that grow in sunny clearings. They dig for starchy roots which are full of energy and easy to find in the soft earth. They collect nuts, edible mushrooms, and even a few snails from the damp ground. Ina learns quickly, watching Gron's careful hands and listening to his advice. Their teamwork makes the search more fun and rewarding. What they gather will supplement our diet and ensure we have food every day no matter what. Today, Lyra and I are lucky. We spot a few frogs near a stream and gently catch them for our meal. We move slowly, searching the thick bushes for more insects and edible plants. The wind rustles the leaves, but there's no danger here, just the promise of more food to find. Lyra's knowledge of the forest is unmatched. She points out hidden roots and safe mushrooms, and I help gather them, learning as we go. We share our discoveries, showing each other nuts, insects, and a few small animals. It's a good haul, thanks to our teamwork. We work together to carry our baskets back towards our cave, a light but rewarding load. Both teams have had a good day. Our baskets are overflowing with bright red berries, earthy mushrooms, crunchy insects, and large nutritious roots. Ina proudly shows off a handful of sweet nuts and a few grasshoppers she found with Gron's help. Lyra smiles, her eyes filled with pride. Together, we also found a patch of wild herbs and some beetles, which Lyra will use to add flavor to our food and for healing. This is teamwork in its purest form. Each team, made up of both men and women, young and old, comes together. Everyone plays their part, contributing to the well-being of the family. Our combined efforts mean we have a feast waiting for us. As dusk begins to settle, we all return to the safety of our cave. The air grows colder, and the sounds of the day are replaced by the sounds of the night. The first and most important task is to bring the fire back to life. In the center of our cave, there is a fire pit lined with stones. Lyra carefully takes the glowing embers we preserved from the morning's fire, wrapped in green leaves and clay. She places them in the pit with dry tinder and gently blows on them. It's a delicate process. The fire is precious. It is our most valuable tool for survival. Slowly, a tiny flame flickers to life. We feed it small twigs, then larger branches. Soon, a warm, crackling fire dances in the darkness. The fire pushes back the shadows and fills our cave with a comforting orange glow. It is more than just light. It is our protector. The heat keeps us warm against the cold night air. The smoke keeps biting insects away. And most importantly, the bright flames scare away the dangerous predators that hunt in the dark. The fire is the heart of our home, a beacon of safety in a dangerous world. We all gather around it, feeling its life-giving warmth. With the fire roaring, it is time to prepare our evening meal. Tonight, our meal is a celebration of the land's abundance. Roots, tubers, wild greens, mushrooms, and nuts gathered throughout the day. We roast insects and small animals on flat stones by the fire, savoring their rich flavors alongside the plants. The aroma of roasting food fills the cave, a delicious scent that makes our mouths water. Lyra washes the roots and wraps them in large leaves to steam in the hot ashes. The berries and nuts are shared around as a fresh treat. This is the reward for our hard day's work. Eating together around the fire is a sacred ritual. It strengthens our bonds and replenishes our bodies. The meal is a celebration. We share the food, making sure everyone gets their fill. We talk about our day. I describe the variety of foods we found and the patience it took to gather them. Ina excitedly tells us about the big, juicy berries she found. Lyra explains how she found the patch of herbs near the old oak tree. Gron listens to everyone, nodding with a proud smile. These stories are important. They are how we share knowledge, learn from each other's experiences, and grow stronger as a family. The fire crackles, a silent witness to our shared lives. After our meal, as the fire burns steadily through the night, its warmth and light become our comfort beneath the vast sky. The conversation turns serious. Gron gazes at the flickering flames, then out into the darkness beyond our cave. Food is growing scarce, he says, his voice low and thoughtful. The valley that once provided for us now offers less with each passing day. We all feel the change. Our meals are smaller and the search for food takes longer. We know we cannot stay in one place forever if we wish to thrive. We talk about the times we have met other families while foraging, sometimes trading berries, roots, or dried fish. The berry bushes are getting thin, Lyra notes, and the wild plants are harder to find. The river too is lower than we remember, its flow barely enough to fill our hands. We recall stories from other families about abundant areas, one to the east with thick berry patches, another to the south where roots and tubers grow in rich soil. This land has been good to us, but its gifts are fading. Around the fire, we discuss the possibility of joining with other families, sharing what we find, and perhaps setting up new camps together. We weigh the options. Should we head east, south, or north, where others have found more food? Our lives depend on making the right decision, on our ability to adapt and connect with others. We talk about the safest routes, the friendliest families, and the places where the land is still generous. Even Ina listens closely, learning how we plan for our survival and how we work with others. This is how we face challenges, together with wisdom, courage, and the help of those we meet. As the fire burns through the night, its embers glowing, we make our choice. We will seek out the abundant lands and connect with other families along the way. In 2 days, we will pack our furs, our tools, and the last of our food, and we will begin our journey at dawn. There is a sense of hope in the air as the fire's warmth carries us into the morning. A new home means new opportunities, new friends, and a chance for a better life. We will face the unknown, but we will face it as a family and as part of a greater community. We huddle together one last time by the fire, drawing comfort from each other as the flames burn low. The fire's embers glow softly, a reminder that even as the night ends, our bond and hope remain strong. We lie down on our soft furs, ready for sleep, feeling safe and hopeful for the new dawn and the great adventure that awaits us. With the first light of dawn, we leave our home behind, stepping onto the path that follows the winding river downstream. The air is crisp, and our breaths mingle with the morning mist. Each step is heavy with memories, but also light with hope. As we walk, the river becomes our guide. Its gentle flow, a promise that life continues beyond what we know. We stop along its banks to gather wild greens, pluck berries still glistening with dew, and search for signs of animals in the soft earth. Sometimes we find shelter beneath the towering rock-wall cliffs, their shadows cool and comforting as we set up our simple camps. The journey is not easy. The land changes with every mile, sometimes open and sunlit, other times thick with brush or tangled roots. We learn to move quietly, to listen for the rustle of small creatures, and to spot edible plants we have never seen before. Grant teaches us how to read the river's currents, and Lyra shows Ina how to weave grasses for carrying our food. At night, we gather close around new fires, sharing the stories of the day and the small triumphs, finding a patch of wild onions, catching a fish, or discovering a safe place to sleep. Every challenge teaches us something new, and every meal is a celebration of our resilience. With each sunrise, we are stronger, wiser, and more united. The river leads us onward, and though the land is unfamiliar, we know we are not alone. We are a family learning to thrive in a world that is ever-changing, guided by hope, courage, and the promise of a new beginning. One evening, as the sun dips low and paints the river with gold, we encounter another family living by the water's edge. Their fires flicker in the distance, a warm invitation on the cool breeze. At first, there is caution in our approach, curiosity mingled with uncertainty. But soon, voices rise in welcome and laughter bridges the space between strangers. They invite us to join them, offering baskets brimming with roots, fish and berries gathered from the land. The children, shy at first, quickly find common ground, racing along the banks, splashing in the shallows, and venturing together into the wild to gather food. Their laughter echoes through the trees, a melody of new friendship. As days turn into weeks, the bonds between us grow. We share stories around the fire, teach each other new ways to hunt, to cook, to craft. Among the friendships, a deeper connection forms, a gentle romance blossoming between me and one of our new friends. Our quiet conversations under the stars, shared smiles and silent promises weave our lives together. With time, our families become one. The birth of a child, a symbol of our union, brings celebration and hope. We are no longer two separate groups, but a single, stronger family. Our lives intertwined like the rivers that flow together, carrying us all forward into the unknown, united by love, trust, and the promise of tomorrow. As dusk settles over the river, we sit side by side on the soft earth, the world quiet except for the gentle murmur of water slipping past. Together, we watch the ripples catch the fading light, our hands entwined, hearts full of possibility. We talk softly about our next journey, moving further downriver, away from the bustle of our growing family group. There, in a quieter place, we hope to carve out a home of our own. We imagine what we will bring: baskets of dried fish, woven mats, smooth stones and rare seeds, gifts to trade with those we leave behind. We speak of the promise in these exchanges, how sharing what we find and learn will help us all thrive. Perhaps in this new place we will discover foods unknown, tools untried, ways of living that deepen our connection to this land and to each other. Our dreams tumble out like pebbles in the current, visions of children laughing, gardens flourishing, and fires burning bright against the night. In this moment, hope is as endless as the river itself, carrying us toward a future rich with abundance, friendship, and the warmth of new beginnings. At last, our journey down the river brings us to its end, a place where the water, though undrinkable, shimmers with the promise of something new. The air is thick with the scent of wet earth and the calls of unfamiliar birds. Here, beneath the overhanging branches, the river teems with life, fish larger than any we have seen before dart beneath the surface, their scales flashing silver in the sun. As we explore this strange shore, we encounter another family, strangers yet not unfriendly. They work with quiet skill, carving fallen trees with sharp stones, shaping them into hollow vessels that float atop the water. We watch in awe as they push these wooden crafts into the current, guiding them with long poles. Curiosity draws me closer. The elder shows me how to carve the wood, how to hollow and smooth, how to balance the vessel so it will not tip. Each day, I learn a little more, my hands growing surer, my mind filled with ideas of what this new skill could bring. I imagine returning upriver, my mate and child beside me, gliding over the water in a vessel of my own making. With this knowledge, we could travel farther, carry more, connect with others along the winding banks. Here at the river's end, I find not just new food and new friends, but a new way forward, a gift that will shape our lives as surely as the river shapes the land. With the boat taking shape beneath my hands, I return upriver. Its bow parting the water, its hull steady beneath my weight. My family waits on the familiar bank, eyes wide as I glide into view. They rush to greet me, touching the smooth wood in wonder. I show them what I've learned, how to carve and hollow, how to balance the vessel and craft sturdy paddles from young branches. My mate laughs as she tries her hand, and our child's eyes shine with dreams of adventure. Together we practice guiding the boat with long poles, then with paddles pushing swiftly through the current. The river, once a barrier, now becomes our path, opening new places to explore, new foods to find. I show them my latest idea, a fishing pole woven from reeds tipped with a sharpened bone. We bait it with meat, lowering it into deeper waters where larger fish swim. The line tightens, and with a shout we haul our first great catch into the boat, more than enough to share. That night, as we gather around the fire, I speak of what lies beyond the river's end. With boats and paddles, we could journey farther than ever before, out to the great waters where even bigger fish await. The promise of tomorrow glows in their faces, reflected in the dancing flames. The river has given us a gift, and now together we set our sights on horizons yet unseen. At dawn, I push my boat beyond the river's mouth, where the water widens and the sky stretches endlessly above me. The current tugs at me, stronger than before, sweeping me into open water. My paddles strain, but the river's gift is now a test of my resolve. Land disappears behind me, only the rolling waves, the endless blue, and the silent sky remain. Days pass. I fish with my reed pole, grateful for each catch that keeps me strong. I drink rainwater from my cupped hands and watch the sun and stars for guidance. In the vastness, I learn to read the waves, to trust the rhythm of the world beyond my home. Then at last, a distant shape breaks the horizon. With hope rekindled, I paddle toward it, my muscles aching, my eyes pounding with new purpose. The shore rises to meet me, strange trees, unfamiliar stones, and the scent of unknown life. On this new land, I discover another family, their faces curious and welcoming. Though our words differ, our hands speak the same language of survival and invention. I show them my boat, my fishing pole, my way of shaping wood and fire. In turn, they teach me to gather fruits I've never seen, to hunt creatures that move in shadows, to weave baskets strong as bark. Among them, I find a friend, a companion whose laughter rings like my own. Together, we blend our stories, our hopes, our ways of living. Our families gather by the fire, sharing food, songs, and dreams. In this place beyond the river's end, I build a new beginning, one born of courage, curiosity, and the promise of tomorrow. While out at sea, I would stare at the stars from which I came and have discovered an occurrence that I believe will take me to those stars and the river from which I came. Night after night, I observe the celestial dance, noting a particular cluster that twinkles with a peculiar brilliance, a beacon perhaps calling me home. Determined to follow this newfound guide, I gather resources from the new land to take with me. I collect fruits and herbs, carve tools from sturdy branches, and pack my crafted baskets with provisions. My new friends help me prepare, their eyes filled with a mixture of sadness and hope. With a final embrace and promises to return, I set off once again, my boat laden with gifts from this strange yet welcoming world. I follow the current and the stars, paddling with a newfound sense of purpose. The river's path, once a mystery, now feels like a map written in the cosmos. Days blend into nights as I navigate the waters, the stars above guiding me with unwavering precision. Each stroke of the paddle brings me closer to the familiar shores of my homeland. The sky, the river, and the stars seem to conspire in my favor, leading me through the vast expanse with an almost magical ease. As I near the mouth of the river from which I once departed, a sense of fulfillment washes over me. The journey has come full circle, and I know that the lessons learned and friendships forged will forever shape the course of my life. With the river's gentle embrace, I return home, not just as the man who left, but as one who has touched the stars and brought a piece of them back to share. In this reunion of worlds, I find a deeper connection to the river, the stars, and the endless possibilities that lie beyond the horizon. As the first light of dawn touches the riverbank, I see familiar faces waiting, my family, their eyes wide with wonder and relief. Stepping onto the shore, I am welcomed with open arms, laughter, and tears mingling in the morning mist. The river, ever watchful, seems to sing a quiet song of return. I gather my loved ones around the fire and begin to share the story of my journey. I tell them of the vast lands beyond the river's end, of towering trees and endless skies, of strangers who became friends, and the kindness that bridged our worlds. I show them the fruits and herbs I have brought, their colors vivid and their scents unfamiliar, promising new flavors and remedies for our home. With pride, I demonstrate the tools I've carved, stronger, sharper, shaped by lessons learned from distant hands. I teach my family new ways to hunt and gather, methods that blend our traditions with wisdom from afar, making our lives richer and our bond with nature deeper. We laugh as we try these things together, the children's eyes shining with excitement, my elders nodding with approval. I feel the river's presence in every moment, in the cool breeze, the crackle of the fire, the gentle lapping of water at our feet. I know now that our home is part of a greater world, that the river connects us not just to the land, but to the stars themselves. As night falls, I sit with my family beneath the shimmering sky, sharing stories and dreams. The river, the stars, and my loved ones surround me, and I am filled with gratitude for the journey, for the lessons, and for the chance to bring a piece of the world back to the place I call home. As the sun rises, casting a golden hue over the ocean, my son joins me on a journey back across the water. Our canoe is laden with precious resources from our home, gifts for those who welcomed me before. Together, we navigate the familiar ocean, its gentle currents guiding us towards the new land I discovered. The air is filled with anticipation and excitement, both of us eager to share the wonders of our homeland. As we approach the shore, my son's eyes widen with wonder at the new sights and sounds. The towering trees, the vibrant colors, and the unfamiliar scents all captivate his young mind. Upon our arrival, we are greeted with open arms and warm smiles. My son quickly befriends a young local, their laughter echoing through the air as they share stories and dreams of the future. They explore the land together, each step a new adventure, each moment a new memory. As the day draws to a close and I prepare to return home, my son approaches me with a look of determination. He tells me he wishes to stay, to learn and grow in this new land with his friend. Though my heart aches at the thought of parting, I see the same spirit of adventure and connection that brought me here in his eyes. I leave him with pride, knowing he carries our family's legacy into this new world. His presence bridges our home and this new place with hope and friendship, weaving a tapestry of shared dreams and endless possibilities. As I paddle back down the ocean, I feel a sense of peace and fulfillment. The ocean, ever watchful, seems to sing a song of continuity and promise. The journey of a new generation has begun, and with it, the promise of a brighter, more connected future.